Hi guys, today we're going to do a SQL exercise on lead code. If you find this video on my YouTube channel, you can find the link to this exercise on lead code in the description. And please, if you like my videos, don't forget to subscribe, like, and send the videos to your friends. This exercise, let's read the description. In the description, we have the table products, which has a product ID, new price, and change date. Product ID and change date is the primary key of this table. Each row of this table indicates that the price of some product was changed to a new price at some date. So a very important point about this table is that it only keeps track of the changes and the initial price is not recorded in this table. And you have to write an SQL query to find the prices of all products on 2019-8-16. Assume the price of all products before any change is 10. So all products start with 10 as price, and if there is a change, the change will be registered in this table. So if there is, for example, a product has not registered a change, it doesn't mean that that product doesn't exist. Maybe there are products that are not registered in this table because the price has never changed, but we assume that all the products have a change date, but that change date may be after this date. So if the change has happened after this date, we assume that the price of that product on 16th of 8th of 2019 was 10. So we can assume that we have to make two queries on this table. First, for the products that have a change date before this date. So all the products that have a change, the price of which has changed before 2019-8-16, and those that have never changed before this date and their first change is after 2019-08-16. So we have to make two queries and union the results. Okay, so what are we dealing with here? Two types of products. The products that whose price has changed, has not changed before the given date 2019-8-16. So we run two queries, and I suggest for each query we write a common table expression. So let's start with our first common table expression we call this no change. This common table expression, this CTE, is called no change because we are going to get a list of all the products whose price has not changed before 2019-8-16. So we select the product ID, and the price will be 10. Okay, so we take 10 as the price, as the new price, and we take this all from, we select it all from our table products. But okay, we want all the we want those products whose price has not been changed before the given date. So what do? We have to, let's move to the next line. We have to group the products by product ID, because we don't want the product ID has been repeated in the table. So, but we want one product ID in the result query, only one. So we take we group by the product ID, and here when we group by, everything is categorized by the product ID. So there is one product ID, and all the change dates and the new prices for that one product ID are listed in front of it. Okay, but which product IDs do we want? Those product IDs, we want those product IDs that in these groups that we make. Okay, we want the minimum product ID, minimum change date to be greater than the given date. What is the given date? That's 2019 08 16. Okay, so this is the first query that we run. We take all product IDs that have a minimum change date greater than 2019 08 16. So because we take the minimum change date, we know that these are the products that at the given date their price was 10. Okay, so we give 10 as the new price. And we know that we need another query to run. So we make another CTE or common table expression that is, and changed as, we make another common table expression called changed, and these are the ones whose price has changed before 2019 08 16 and also after that. Okay, and we want to know what exactly the price was at 2019 08 16. So what defines the price here? The last change date before 2019 08 16. That's what we want for each product ID. So we select product ID, and we also take new price from the table. And we want the new price for the table, and here we need to order these prices by date. We need to order them by date. So what do? We put this expression here with row number over partition. I will explain this in a minute. By product ID, order by change date, and do this in a descending fashion. Okay, and we are going to name this rank. So what do we take here? We take the product ID and new price of all the products that we are going to make it choose the ones that have changed before and after 2019 08 16. Okay, we want the product ID of them, new price, and then for each group, because we are going to group them here, we want all this from, choose all this from products where, okay, this where expression is very important, where change date is smaller or equal to 2019 08 16. Okay, so what do we do here? Here we are taking all the products whose change date is smaller than 2019 08 16. By this expression here, we are making a difference between the first CTE, the first common table expression, the first query we ran. Okay, in this one we took the ones that were whose minimum change date was greater than 2019 08 16, and here we are taking exactly the opposite. Okay, by this we are removing all the change dates greater than 2019 08, and here what we need here is the maximum change date for each product ID, because we are grouping by product ID. Okay, we are grouping by product ID, but this grouping here is done by row number. Actually, partition is making this grouping here. We are partitioning by product ID, so we categorize all the entries by product ID. Then we order these groups. We order each group here. Order by orders each group. It doesn't order all the entries in the table. It orders only, it orders group by group. Which groups? Each group comes under one product ID. And this grouping, this ordering is done by change date. So for each product ID, there are a few change dates, and we order by these change dates, and this order is done in a descending fashion, so that the greatest change date comes on top. Okay, and it is ranked 1 because we are putting row numbers on these partitioned data. We get a number 1 for the greatest change date, and this change date is certainly under 2019 08 16 because we have used the expression where here, where change date is smaller or equal 2019 08 16. Okay, so that's what we do. So this row number adds another column to our table, adding row numbers to change dates for each product ID, and the greatest change date is given number 1. So rank for the greatest change date under 2019 08 16 would be 1. Now the rest is easy. We have 2 common table expressions, one for those products whose price has not changed before 2019 08 16, and one for those products whose price has changed before 2019 08 16, and we take the latest change before this date for those products, and for the first common table expression, for the first query, we just give 10 to each product ID. Okay, now all we need to do is to, let me move to the beginning of the line. All I need to do is to, it's not easy to type, to do a union query on the two tables, product ID and new price as price from changed where RNK equals 1. Okay, so why RNK rank equals 1? Because we know that rank 1 is related to the product with the change date nearest to 2019-08, and it's under 2019-08-16. Okay, rank 1 is the greatest change date before 2019-08-16 for each product, and we union this with product ID, new price as price from no change. Okay, no change. So we have both common table expressions here. We have change, we talked about it, and no change are those whose price should be assumed 10 because they have not changed before. The price has never changed before 2019-08-16. Now, let's run this query. Well, that passed the initial tests. Let's submit it. Okay, the result is accepted. And okay, here is the answer. Just don't forget to like the video and to subscribe, and go over the answer as many times as you wish. If you find this video on YouTube, please don't forget that there is a link to the problem on LeetCode. You can try to do the exercise by yourself before watching the video and trying to learning this, doing this tutorial. And thanks for watching the video. Bye.